Teacher, students, your exams are next month. Everyone start preparing accordingly. All the students become anxious because most of them weren't well prepared. They began discussing among themselves. A girl was sitting right next to the window, gazing outside. She could not hear anything. She was looking at a bird's nest on a tree branch directly outside the window. The nest had baby birds creeping. Every now and then, the mother bird would come and feed them. The girl watched everything silently. She was inattentive in class, but the teacher didn't say anything to her. After the class ended, the teacher left. The classroom became noisy. Wayne quickly left the class. Girl 1. Look, she is completely inattentive in class, yet the teacher doesn't say anything. We are the one who always gets scolded. Girl 2. What can you do? You are not a topper like her. Girl 1. That's what I don't understand. She is always quiet and inattentive, yet she is the class topper. We study so hard but can't achieve good results. Girl 2. Forget about her. What's the point in thinking about it? They fell silent and went home. Wayne came home. The house was completely empty. She lived alone. Wayne point of view. There is nothing at home. What will I eat now? I need to go to the market, but I feel like sleeping without eating anything. Wayne went shopping. After searching for a while, she bought inexpensive items. She paid at the counter and was about to start walking when she bumped into someone. Taehyungg's point of view. Yuno and I planned to have a late night party at my place. We were short on some items, so we decided to buy them. While talking to Yuno, I wasn't paying attention and suddenly bumped into someone. I looked and saw a girl. Her eyes were very beautiful. I kept staring and suddenly she picked up everything and left. Taehyung, strange. She didn't even give me a chance to speak. She won't. Could you say anything? You were just staring with your mouth open. Taehyung became a bit silent, not knowing what to say, and gave an embarrassed smile. Taehyung, actually I wanted to talk. Yeah, I understand. Anyway, that girl won't talk to you. She doesn't talk to anyone. Taehyung, do you know her? Of course. She is in our class. She is our class topper. Taehyung, I don't think I have seen her. I know everyone in our class. You are not attentive in studies. How would you know? Besides, she doesn't talk to anyone. She is always quiet, so not many people know her. Taehyung, oh. Taehyung started thinking about something, and seeing him, said, think about it later. Let's go now. It's getting late. They entered the shop. They returned home. Sobin, why did you take so long? You have been gone for ages. It would not have taken long if someone hadn't bumped into a girl and become dazed. Sobin, what did the girl look like? Ask Taehyung. You guys be quiet. It's nothing like that. Is making up everything. Sobin, there must be something. Why else would you get angry? Oh, finally, our Tae has fallen in love. Taehyung, be quiet, you guys. Tae's ears turned red, but he tried to hide it from his friends. His friends understood everything and teased him. Everyone was sitting in class. After a while, the teacher entered and everyone became silent. Taehyung was sitting and suddenly noticed that the girl he bumped into the previous night was sitting by the window. She had her hoodie cap on, so her face wasn't clearly visible. Taehyung's point of view. That's why I never noticed her. She always keeps her face covered. Taehyung was staring at the girl. Suddenly said, the teacher is watching. Stop staring and pay attention to the class. Taehyung snapped out of it and focused on the class. After a while, the teacher left. Taehyung and his friends were about to leave when suddenly a boy placed his hand on Tae's shoulder. They turned and saw Jackson. Jackson, it seems you are having a good time. Taehyung pushed Jackson's hand off his shoulder. Jackson, you are quite strong, I see. Taehyung, any doubts? Jackson, yes, definitely. Taehyung, let's have a match. After saying this, Tae and Jackson went to a bench and prepared for an arm wrestling match. Seeing this, the students didn't go home but gathered around them. This wasn't new. Everyone enjoyed watching their rivalry and fights. They and Jackson placed their hands on the bench and gripped each other's hands tightly. Jackson tried hard to push Tae's hand down but could not. After a few seconds, Tae easily pushed Jackson's hand down. The entire class started cheering, Taehyung, Taehyung, Taehyung. Seeing everyone so excited about Tae, Jackson became very angry and punched Tae. Tae grabbed Jackson by the collar and lifted him, starting a fight. Seeing this, all the students become silent and both their friends try to separate them. Taehyung, I will let it go this time. We will settle it in the basketball match. Jackson, I am looking forward to it. They left with his friends. Meanwhile, Jackson was bleeding and his friends took him to the medical room. All the students gradually went home as the entertainment was over. One had left much earlier. She never got involved in such things. Taehyung, Yuno and Sobin went to a cafe together. Yuno and Sobin were already seated, while Tae went to place the water. As he approached the counter, he suddenly saw Wyan making coffee. She was dressed in formal attire today, looking completely different. Tae was mesmerized by her look and stared at her without blinking. Suddenly, Wyan noticed someone staring at her. Wyan, tell me your order, sir. They didn't hear her. He was just staring at her. Wyan felt a little bit annoyed. Wyan, sir, please place your order. Her louder tone brought Tae back to reality. Taehyung, yes, 3 cappuccinos for us, please. Wyan took the order and started preparing the coffee. Tae was still staring at her. Wyan thought, am I looking awful today? Wyan, sir, your order will be delivered to your table. You can return to your seat. Since Tae was taking too long, Sobin went to check and found Tae staring at a girl with his mouth open. Seeing this, Sobin dragged Tae back to the table. You know, what took you so long to place the water? Sobin, asked him why he was late. Taehyung, actually I saw Wyan working here, that's why I was a bit late. Sobin, ask her if that's the reason. You know, yeah, I figured it out. She is right over there. Saying this, and Sobin started teasing Tae. Tae's ears turned red and he lowered his head with an embarrassed smile. Just then, a girl brought their coffee. Could not stop staring at her. Sobin, what's going on with him now? Then Sobin turned to Tae and saw he was also staring at Wyan dreamily. Sobin, what world have I landed in? I feel so single right now. Eventually, Sobin somehow managed to get both of them outside. They got into the car. My heart's still racing. That girl was so beautiful. Sobin, of course, that's how it is for you guys. You all get everything except me. Then Sobin looked at Tae, who wasn't listening. He was just smiling softly, lost in thought. Sobin started driving and thought to himself, if either of those two were driving tonight, none of us would have survived. Meanwhile, back at the cafe, Rose, who were those boys? They kept staring at us, but one of them was really good looking. I think I have a crush. Wyan, he goes to my college, but he is much younger than you. Rose, so what if he is younger? He is super handsome. Saying this, Rose started daydreaming. Wyan was a bit surprised. She had never seen Rose act like this before. Rose, Wyan, it's my birthday today. You promised me you would do whatever I want. Wyan, yes, I did. What do you want? Rose, you never go to late night parties with me. Tonight I don't want to hear no. Wyan, you know I don't enjoy those things. I am not used to them. Rose, but it's my birthday. You have to fulfill my wish. Wyan didn't want to go, but seeing how happy Rose was, she could not say no. After all, Rose had always supported her in every moment of her life. Wyan, okay, I will go, but on one condition. Rose, what condition? Wyan, we are not drinking. Rose, what? I thought we would drink, but fine, you agreed to go. And that's enough for me. I'm so excited. As night fell, the cafe manager told them, Manager, clean everything up. I am leaving. Make sure to lock the door properly. Wyan and Rose cleaned up, locked the cafe, and headed to Wyan's house. Rose, now it's perfect. You look amazing. Wyan, I told you I would not wear something like this. Rose, I have always wanted to dress you up like this. No arguing. Rose looked at Wyan with puppy eyes. Wyan didn't say anything and stayed quiet. They both went to the bar. They was in a bad mood. They had a match against Jackson the day after tomorrow. To cheer him up, Sobin and Yono took him to a bar. Taehyungff, I told you I am not in the mood. Come on, let's hang out for a bit. You will feel better. Taehyungff, no one's home today, so I could come. Otherwise, I would not have been allowed. My parents are coming back from a business trip the day after tomorrow. Sobin, we will deal with that later. While the three of them were chatting, Yono suddenly noticed Rose. Look, that girl is here. All three of them looked. Tae's heartbeat quickened. He wanted to approach them but didn't know what to say. Walked over. Hi. Rose. Hi. Rose was surprised to see we have some space at our table. Would you like to join us? Rose, sure. Wyan didn't want to go and was signaling no repeatedly, but Rose didn't want to miss the opportunity. Chatted with Rose for a long time. Meanwhile, they kept staring at Wyan, who was sitting quietly in the corner. Sobin, what have I gotten myself into? I feel like an alien here. Rose, you all go to the same college, but you don't know Wyan. Taehyungff, no, I never really noticed her before. Rose, she doesn't talk much, keeps to herself. It got quite late. We should go home now. Let me drop you both off. Rose, yeah, let's go. Rose, our homes are far apart and in different directions. That's okay. I will drop you off and they can take Wyan. Sobin, but what about? Before Sobin could finish, they stomped on his foot and signaled him to keep quiet. Everyone went their separate ways. Sobin, they all forgot about me. I didn't even bring my car. Now I have to take a cab to go home. Sobin sniffled as he walked home alone. Meanwhile, Tae and Wyan got into the car. After a while, they tried to make conversation. Taehyungff, what's your favorite flower? Wyan, I don't have a specific favorite. Tae cursed to himself. What kind of questions he asked? Taehyungff, how is your family? Wyan, I don't have anyone. I lost my parents when I was 10. Taehyungff, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Wyan, it's okay. They wanted to talk more but didn't know what to say. Soon they arrived at Wyan's house. Wyan got out, then hesitated. It would look rude if I said nothing, she thought. Maybe I should invite him in. Wyan, come in, I will make you some coffee. Taehyungff, no, not today. He smiled a little and drove away. When Taehyung got home, he was so happy. Then he rolled back and forth on his bed in excitement. Taehyung, I finally talked to her. Her voice is still echoing in my ears. It's so beautiful. He smiled to himself and drifted off to sleep without even realizing it. Today, Tae and Jackson have a basketball match. Everyone had prepared a lot. Just as the game was about to start, they suddenly saw Wyan and Rose sitting in the audience. They was a bit surprised because Wyan usually never attends these events. Wyan, I told you I would not come, but you still dragged me here. Rose, oh come on, you invited us, and if I am coming, you had to come too. Wyan didn't say anything more and quietly watched the game. Meanwhile, during the match, they kept glancing at Wyan again and again. Wyan was feeling a little shy because they was staring at her in front of so many people, and others had started looking at her too. The match was nearing its end. Tae and Jackson's teams were tied. Only 1 minute remained, and both teams were rushing. Jackson had taken the ball quite far. Everyone thought he was about to shoot, but suddenly Tae stole the ball from Jackson and ran to score the final point. Tae's team won. Everyone lifted Tae up and started cheering. Seeing this made Jackson very angry. Tae, still looking towards Wyan, suddenly shouted loudly in front of everyone. Taehyung, give me the water bottle. Wyan felt a bit shy as they say in front of everyone. She hands him the water bottle. Tae drinks the water. Taehyung, how was the game? Wyan, it was good. They smiled at her reply. Jackson then came forward to Tae. Jackson, congratulations on winning. Tae, thanks. How does it feel to lose? Jackson, you. Before Jackson could finish, he punched Tae in the face. Tae then started hitting Jackson back. Jackson was badly hurt. Everyone rushed in to separate them. Jackson was taken to the medical room. He thought to himself, at last I have found your weakness. Just wait and see what I do now. Blood was dripping from Tae's nose. Seeing this, Wyan pulled Tae aside to a quiet place. She began applying antiseptic to his nose. Tae didn't feel any pain. He was just staring at Wyan after finishing the treatment. Wyan, can't you stay out of fights like this? Tae just smiled and nodded his head. After a while, both of them went back to their homes. The class has already begun when suddenly, teacher, attention class, today I will give you an assignment. The marks from this assignment will be added to your final exam. Hearing this, the students got nervous. Teacher, there is no reason to panic. You have to do this assignment in pairs. I have already selected the pairs. The teacher started calling out the name one by one. Teacher, Taehyung and Wyan, you two will do the assignment together and submit it to me. Hearing this, Tae was very happy. After class ended, he went to Wyan. Taehyung, tomorrow I will come to pick you up from your house. You and I will complete the assignment at my place. Wyan nodded and said, all right. The next day, Tae was waiting in front of Wyan's house with his car. Wyan came out wearing a light-colored dress, her hair loose. Tae stared at her without blinking. Wyan got into the car and Tae took her to his house. Tae's mother suddenly came over when she saw them. She was a bit surprised because they had never brought a girl home before. She thought this might be Tae's girlfriend. Tae's mom, you didn't tell me your girlfriend was coming over. I would have cooked something nicer. Hearing this, both Tae and Wyan became shy. Wyan's cheek turned red and Tae's ear turned red too. Taehyung, no, she is not my girlfriend. Our teacher gave us an assignment and she is here to do that. Tae's mom, oh, I thought she was your girlfriend. No problem, come inside, take her to your room. They took Wyan to his room. As soon as she entered, she really liked the room's atmosphere. Wyan, the environment inside and outside the room is very refreshing. Taehyungff, actually I really love nature, that's why I designed my room this way. Wyan sat on Tae's bed and they started working on the assignment. Wyan was writing while Tae kept looking at her. Wyan noticed his gaze and felt shy. Wyan, what are you looking at like that? Taehyungff, nothing, just looking at the assignment. Tae's mother came inside the room and brought them food. Tae's mom, who is at your house dear? Wyan, I have no one. I lost my parents when I was very young. Hearing this, Tae's mom felt sad. Tae's mom, that's okay. From now on, I am your mother. You will call me mom. Tears welled up in Wyan's eyes. Seeing this, Tae's mother hugged her tightly. Tae's mom, don't cry dear. A while later, Tae's mother left the room. That night, Tae and Wyan finished the assignment. They went downstairs. Tae's mom, you are leaving already? Taehyungff, yes, we have completed the assignment. Tae's mom, have dinner before you go. Tae's father will be home soon and we can all eat together. Wyan nodded and stayed on the sofa. Soon Tae's father arrived and everyone sat down to eat together. Tae's dad, so Tae has a girlfriend and we didn't even know. Hearing this, both of them felt embarrassed. Tae's mom, no, she is not his girlfriend. Their teacher gave them an assignment to do together, so she is here for that. Tae's dad, why do you live there? Wyan, on Gangnam Road. Tae's dad, what does your father do? Wyan, I don't have a father. When he was alive, he was the owner of one IT company. Tae's dad, isn't that the company whose current owner is his younger brother? Wyan nodded. Tae's dad, but his younger brother isn't running the company very well. It could go bankrupt at any time. Tae's parent talked with Wyan for a long time. It got late. Tae was about to take Wyan home when his mom called out from behind. Tae's mom, come visit us whenever you feel like it. Wyan nodded and smiled. A while later, they dropped Wyan in front of her house. A few days passed and things became somewhat normal between Tae and Wyan. At the cafe, Rose, Wyan, has invited me to a dinner date tonight. I'm so excited. Wyan, then you better go home now and start getting ready. Rose, yes, please take care of my task here, just for today. Wyan nodded. Rose and Wyan chatted for a long time about what Rose would wear, how she would do her makeup, where they would go, everything. Rose was extremely excited. After a while Rose left. Wyan was working alone. Suddenly her phone rang. She saw it was Taehyungff calling. She picked it up. Taehyungff, we are going somewhere tonight. I don't want to hear any excuse. Just as Wyan was about to say something, they hung up. It was getting late when suddenly a group of men in black coats stormed into the cafe. They stood in line as one person stepped out from a car. Wyan said nothing, quietly continuing her work. One of the men spoke. Man, our boss wants to speak with you. Please step outside. Wyan remained silent, continuing her work. The boss got irritated and walked up to her directly. Boss, it's been a long time. How are you, Nicey? Wyan still didn't respond. She just looked at him. The man seemed annoyed. Boss, you have grown some courage, I see. Anyway, let's get to business. Sign this paper. Wyan, I told you once already I will not sign. Boss, sign it. Wyan shouted slightly. I said I will not sign. The boss grew angry. Boss, I know very well how to make someone sign. Bodyguards, destroy everything. The bodyguard started smashing everything in the cafe. The manager ran out and pleaded with them to stop, but no one listened. Almost everything was broken. After a while, the boss said, Boss, enough. This isn't working. I will leave for today, but next time I won't spare you. He left, along with his guards. The manager was in tears. From behind, someone called out to Wyan. She turned to see Taehyung, let's go. When did you get here, Taehyung? Just as they finished breaking everything. Manager, Ryan, you will have to pay for all this damage. Ryan, don't worry, I will pay for everything. They took Ryan and got into the car. After a while, he noticed Ryan wasn't saying anything and was staring slightly out the window. They pulled over and got out. He opened the car door for Ryan. They found themselves standing before the Han River. Ryan sat down by the river bank, her gaze fixed on the slow-moving water. They sat beside her, stealing occasional glances, unsure whether to break the silence. Before he could speak, Ryan did. "He is watching me like a madman," she said suddenly. They looked at her, confused. "Who?" "My uncle," she said with a heavy voice. "The one who has been following me." "Why?" they asked. "My father created a bank account under my name. It holds a huge sum of money. My uncle's company is going bankrupt. He's been pressuring me, trying to force me to give him that money." Flashback. A younger girl ran into her house, her school bag bouncing behind her. "Mom, Dad, I'm home," she shouted happily. Her parents were sitting on the sofa. Her uncle was there too. Little Ryan rushed up and wrapped her arms around him. "Little Ryan, Uncle," she chirped. "Uncle, how are you, sweetheart?" He smiled. "Little Ryan, I'm great, and you?" "Uncle, I'm doing wonderful. I brought chocolates just for you." "Little Ryan, thank you, Uncle." She kissed him on the cheek, took the chocolates and ran to her room. Ryan's mom, "Why do you bring her so much chocolate? She will end up with cavities," her mother scolded gently. Her uncle laughed. "Doesn't matter, I just love seeing her happy." Her father turned to her uncle. "Did you finish the project I assigned?" "Uncle, yes." "Ryan's dad, that's quick. Bring it to the office tomorrow." That night, little Ryan giggled watching her cartoons. Her mother was cooking when her father suddenly embraced her from behind. She jumped. "You scared me. Don't sneak up like that." He laughed, kissed her cheek. Just then little Ryan walked into the kitchen. Her father let go of her mother and picked her up. Ryan's dad, "How was your school today, sweetheart?" Little Ryan, "It was great. I made a new friend." Ryan's dad, "That's lovely. You should bring your friend home sometime." Little Ryan nodded and skipped back to the living room. Ryan's mom, "She is growing up so fast," her mother whispered. Her father smiled. Ryan's dad, "But she will always be your little girl." Years passed. Ryan's 10th birthday was the next day. She came home from school and noticed the house was strangely quiet. Ryan, "Mom, Dad," no reply. She entered the living room and froze. Her parents were laying on the floor, blood staining their clothes. Her breath caught in her throat. She rushed to them, tried to wake them up. No response. Suddenly a voice came from behind. "They won't wake up." It was her uncle. "Uncle, I killed them," he said coldly, "and now it's your turn." Ryan's small voice trembled. "Why did you kill them, Uncle? How long was I supposed to work under someone else? Everything they had, now it's mine. If I kill you, no one will be left to stop me." He pulled out a gun. But Ryan didn't freeze. She grabbed a flower vase and hurled it at him. He stumbled and she ran. She ran through alleys, her teeny legs shaking, hiding in a garbage bin all night. The next morning, she crawled out. On a large public screen, she saw her uncle crying in front of the media. "Uncle, they murdered my brother and sister-in-law, my niece, my little princess. She is missing," he sobbed. Police found her soon after. They brought her back home. She later learned that since she was a minor, the court had placed all of her father's assets under her uncle's guardianship. Everything would be handed to her when she turned 18. Her uncle could not kill her yet, not without facing the law. For a year he gave her a small allowance, then nothing. She was just a child. No food, no money. She had to do something. She left the house searching for work, but everyone turned her away. She was too young, starving and weak. Her body gave up. She collapsed on the street. Rose passed by there. She noticed the child lying unconsciousness and rushed to help. She took Wyan to her home, nursed her back to health. When Wyan woke up, she told Rose everything. Rose held her hand. "Don't worry, my uncle runs a cafe. I will ask him to give you a job." And from that moment, Wyan took control of her life, earning her own living, paying for her own education. Flashback ends. They noticed tears slightly rolling down Wyan's cheek. He wanted to comfort her, but hesitated, unsure if he should hold her or just stay beside. After a few moments of inner conflict, he finally mustered the courage and pulled her gently into an embrace. Wyan broke down in his arms, sobbing softly as she rested her hand on his chest. They stayed like that by the riverside for nearly an hour, wrapped in silence, sharing a moment too powerful for words. Later, they drove Wyan back home. As she stepped inside her house, he took out his phone and made a call. "Taehyungff, it has to be done by tomorrow morning," he said coldly before hanging up. The next morning, as Wyan was on her way to college, she noticed something shocking on the giant screen of a roadside TV. Her uncle, Mr. Yoon, was surrounded by reporters and police officers. Within moments, the crowd started throwing rotten eggs and tomatoes at him. The police struggled to get him into their van. A senior officer addressed the press. "Police officer, we received credible information last night. Mr. Yoon has been involved in various illegal activities, including a major human trafficking rings. What's more shocking? We now have evidence linking him to the murder of his own brother and sister-in-law. We believe justice will be served soon in court." Wyan stood frozen, unable to believe her eyes. Her uncle, such a powerful figure, arrested. How did this happen? Then she remembered she had told Tae everything that night before. She understood instantly who was behind it all. Later college, she saw Tae chatting casually with friends. Without saying a word, she grabbed his hand and dragged him into the rooftop. "Wyan, was it you? Are you behind what happened this morning?" "Taehyungff, what happened?" He feigned in ignorance. "Wyan, don't pretend. I know it was you." "Taehyungff, yes, I did it." "Wyan, do you have any idea what you have done? If my uncle gets out, he will come after you." "Taehyungff, he can't touch me," he replied calmly. Suddenly Wyan broke down again and hugged him tightly. "Wyan, I tried everything. I told the police, plead with them. No one ever listened to me. How did you manage all this?" "Taehyungff, I told Sovin. His uncle has deep ties with law enforcement. He took care of everything." Wyan didn't say another word. She just held Tae, finding comfort in the arms of someone who finally did what she thought was impossible. Days passed. The court sentenced Mr. Yoon to death. All of Wyan's father's assets were transferred back to her, but Wyan seemed lost in a deep emotional void. She barely spoke to Tae. To cheer her up, they took her to an amusement park. They spent the day riding every ride, laughing and enjoying the bright colors and carefree joy. They brought her balloons, and for the first time in weeks, Wyan's face lit up with a genuine smile. Seeing her so happy, Tae's heart swelled. As the sun set, Wyan said, "Let's ride the Ferris wheel. The city looks beautiful from up there." "Taehyungff, sure, let's go." High above the city, surrounded by twinkling lights and distant music, Tae gazed at Wyan as she spoke. He wasn't listening her words. He was lost in her presence. The Ferris wheel reached its highest point and stopped. Suddenly fireworks exploded in the sky. Wyan turned to him, her eyes wide in delight. They leaned in gently, placing his hand on her cheek. She closed her eyes. Their faces drew closer. Just as their lips were about to meet, another loud bang from the fireworks startled them, making them pull apart, blushing. Back on the ground, they were quiet as they drove her home. Final exam began. Wyan and they spoke normally again, but something had changed. They could tell Wyan was beginning to fall for him. The day of the last exam, Wyan had just walked out of the exam hall when Sobin came running to her, breathless and sweating. Sobin, his nose is bleeding. He got into a fight. Wyan, what? Where is he? Wyan asked, panicked. Sobin, basketball court. Wyan rushed to the court. A crowd had gathered, forming a circle. Pushing through, she saw Tae, completely fine, standing with a bouquet of flowers in his hand. Taehyungff, I fall in love with your eyes the first time I saw you, then your voice when you first spoke to me, then your heart and your soul. Every day I spent with you, I knew I could not live without you. Wyan, will you be my girlfriend? Cheers erupted, the crowd urging Wyan to say yes. Suddenly she slapped their heart. Silence fell. Wyan, do you have any idea how scared I was? Then she hugged him tightly, sobbing uncontrollably. Wyan, if you wanted to propose, couldn't you have done it normally? They held her close. After a moment she pulled back. Wyan, why are you so quiet now? Still speechless. They looked down. Wyan, I'm saying yes, you idiot. The crowd burst in applause. Taehyungff, I love you, he whispered. Wyan, I love you too. The student chanted for a kiss, embraced Wyan and Tae hesitated, but then Tae stepped closer and kissed her. Wyan kissed him back. The crowd went wild. Sobin, everyone got a girlfriend now, because you are meant to be single forever, teased. Sobin lunged at him while ran for his life, and Sobin chased him across the campus.